Okay. You want me to just get into it? You want me to start this one? I don't really care about.
I can start this one.
Okay.
That's funny. Okay. Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Gears and Glory. We have a little bit of a fun one for you today, and we're going to transport you back a couple of weeks to the Vegas Grand Prix because our resident co-host,
American?
Sophie, our, our resident American co-host, Sophia, was boots on the ground journalism at the
Yeah.
Vegas Grand Prix. So we're going to get a first hand recap from Baby's first GP.
Baby's first Grand Prix. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah. I feel like
I'm
I need a
Brit, by the
microphone.
way. I didn't introduce myself. If you're new here, hey, what's up?
Hey, little mama was shaking bacon.
Hey.
Um, yeah, we're trying to remember to introduce ourselves at the beginning of every episode. Also, if you
It's
see us in the same
actually
clothes
hard.
as a different episode, mind your business. We
Yeah,
filmed these back to back.
yeah, no one. We're just time efficient girls, okay?
Yeah, we're just trying to get you the content that you need. What
Exactly.
am I looking for?
So,
Okay, here's the thing. I'm insane, right? We know this. I love spreadsheets, right? We know this. We
yeah.
know this. I made myself a schedule because I'm crazy in in Excel of the Las Vegas Grand Prix. So this is going to be like my aid of like remembering what I did. That and my oh my god, I'm insane. Okay, so listen, this is what it has. So I have every single day. I have color coded F1 events versus F1 Academy events.
Perfect.
I have a reminder block because you can come in and out of the of your like grandstand area. I had a grandstand ticket, and you can come in and out, but you can only re-enter before 7 p.m. So like if you leave and you come back at 7:15, they won't let you in if you've been in before. If you haven't entered all day, you can go in whenever you want. So
Mm-hmm.
I had like a reminder for that. And
Mm-hmm.
then I also had the weather. I had the weather, the low, the high,
Perfect.
and the expected like precipitation, which also crazy because it was raining. It was not
Yeah.
nice weather when we were in Vegas, which Las Vegas is in a desert. So that was weird.
Yeah, it was weird.
So,
It was definitely a weird weather weekend, which made
yeah.
for a very exciting race.
Yeah, not gonna complain. Quali was cool. I was in a horrible mood because I was cold and wet. But let's see. So we got in, I spent way, first of all, also never spend this much time in Vegas. We got in on Tuesday and we left on Sunday. That's almost a full
Wow.
week, ladies
That's
and
a long time
gentlemen.
to be in Vegas. How many Elvises did you see? Do you think the plural of Elvis would be Elvis?
None. I did love that joke. I did love that joke. I'm
Yeah.
not gonna lie to you. Elvi, hilarious.
Yeah. Uh,
Hilarious.
yeah. But not a single Elvi was spotted?
No, I saw Showgirls,
Okay.
Asses Out,
All right.
which power. Aren't you cold? Mama, put on a jacket, sister. What are you
Please
doing?
cover up for your
Yeah.
own health and safety.
Not in like a oh my god modesty thing, but
Not, yeah,
literally
not
like you will
conservative.
catch a cold.
Yeah. In a please, baby girl, put on a jacket.
Yeah. So we saw some showgirls, but let's see. So I'm not beating the Williams fan allegations because I went to the Williams fan zone basically every single day I was there. It
Love,
was like obsessive. I
I love.
was constantly there. So, but it was so cool. So Vegas transforms when you're there for the race. So in the airport, we were picking up our checked bags because there's no way I'm going for that long and I'm not checking a bag. I need options.
Yeah.
And they had like painted helmets in like the baggage claim area and a bunch of like photo ops and things. And I was like, wow, I was like spinning in circles like I'm in The Sound of Music on the hill with flowers. I felt like that. I was like, oh my God, it's happening. And then so God, we land before we even get off the plane, we land. It is raining so hard, we have to park up and wait because
Ugh.
there's lightning. So, and I'm like, okay, we're gonna race in this weather? Are you serious?
I remember you sent that video of you in the airplane filming the tarmac, and I was like, "Oh no, I don't think I want to watch this
Yeah.
week."
No, it was like a lot. So we finally deplane, we finally get our bags, we like take all these pictures. I like just like wander around the airport because I'm like, this is Las Vegas. Because I've also never been to Las Vegas.
Right.
So it's
Baby
two for
first, I
one.
guess.
Babies first. So I like wandered around. We get in the Uber. The guy is like a Vegas local, and he's like, I hate the Las Vegas Grand Prix. Absolute hater. Mad respect for him being such a hater when we told him we're here for the Las Vegas Grand Prix. He's like, well, that sucks, basically. So shout out to my Uber driver. Oh my gosh. So we get to Vegas, we get to our hotel. I forgot to take the day off of work, so I have to finish my work day.
Oh.
I was not an organized gal while I was there. So, yeah, but all of Vegas basically had all of these installations. There was a Haas car with the Austin livery in one of the
Mhm.
hotels. I never knew where I was at any given moment. Also,
Right.
let this be known. If you want to know where anything was, don't ask me. I don't know where I was. I was following directions the whole time. I was
Yeah.
not in charge. So there was the Alpine was in the Venetian, maybe. That
Hmm.
one was cool because it was like on the long marble hallway, very beautiful. There were several Williams. There were two different Williams cars at the Williams Fan Zone at New York, New York. And
Hmm.
that also meant that I walked a lot. I don't think I walked less than 7 miles any given day that we were there, except maybe the first and the last days.
Yeah.
We
Wow.
were walking. We were hoofing it.
Got them steppies
Yeah.
in.
Yeah, a lot. So that was our first day. The first full day that we had there, there was no racing yet. It was media day, so that was Wednesday. Carlos was scheduled to have an appearance at New York, New York at the bridge outside of the casino hotel, if you know it. Very exciting. We know I love Carlos.
Hmm.
It rained. It started raining. It wasn't raining. Well, we stood in line for like a half hour, right? As one
Hmm.
does to meet people like that. Which also, I guess I was under the impression that it would be a meet and greet. He kind of was just like up on a stage and then
Yeah.
left. But so it
Oh.
started raining. I was like, it's like he's like a guy. Like, am I gonna stand here in the rain to see a guy from like 50 feet away? Like,
Yeah.
no. So
Yeah.
anyways, we end up leaving the fan zone and standing by the hotel, like under a ledge and like an entrance to something so that we're like not in the rain. So that was
Mm.
great, honestly. He came
And I mean,
out, he did some
like, he's chatting on the
talking.
mic. Like, you're going to
Yeah.
hear him wherever you're standing anyway. So,
I was like the same distance away, if
yeah.
not a little bit closer.
Oh, that's good.
But they were giving out free drinks in
Oh,
the fan zone. It was sponsored by Zooks. So Zooks had like the Zooks is like this is also not a sponsored episode, but they had this little like taxi that's driverless, which freaks me out, but you can like DJ yourself in it. And so they were sponsoring the whole thing and oh gosh, I don't have it. I have a little poker chip that I could have redeemed for a free drink from another day that I'll grab and show before the episode's up. But um it was super neat. They like had a bunch of stuff, a bunch of activities and activations and stuff going on. Komatsu was there in some
yeah.
presence. Then they had a sim for they do like construction equipment. So it was a sim for like
Oh, oh, yeah, yeah.
a freaking scooper, whatever it's called. I don't know. And so that was super fun, but it was raining, so we wait. And then I was like, all right, well, he's leaving, he's doing, some giveaways and stuff. And so I was like, okay, well, let's just leave. Let's leave through the inside and see if maybe there's somewhere we want to grab something to eat or something. Cause
Yeah.
it was like around lunchtime. We go in, there's like a not like police tape, but like in the airports where they have like the things that set up the lines. It was like blocking off. And I was like, oh, that's where he'll come in and take the elevator up to his room or whatever.
Mm.
So we end up there. He comes in, and I now am the proud owner of a very blurry selfie of a very small in the background Carlos Sainz and me in the foreground looking very excited.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I only have selfies of drivers far in the background because I don't want to be
Yeah.
weird. And
We got
I
a
was sending them to the
lot.
girls.
Yeah.
Yeah,
We got maybe at least 5.
two. At
2.
least two that I oh at least two that that's how I feel about getting pictures with the drivers in the background. Because the first one, I think we were on our way to see Carlos or something. We were on our way to the Williams fan zone, which is literally where I spent the majority of the trip. And we're walking past someone's playing craps. There's like a bunch of like dude bros around him, and I'm like, oh, that's so interesting. I did kind of like a double take, and I was like, that's Lando Norris. And I
Yeah.
just kept walking,
Right.
and I turned to the people I'm with, and I'm like, hey, like that's Lando Norris in the white hat. And they go, what? They whip their heads around and I'm like, be cool. I need you to be cool right now. This is excessively uncool behavior. He's minding his business gambling. We need to calm down. So then I stand in the back with me and my phone, and it's just me and Lando Norris and like long stretch of casino walkway.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah. So it was so, I did see Lando. I do have a picture with Lando.
Yeah, let me see if I can get this up because the people have.
No, I know. I need my visual aids.
Here we go. All right, so we have. Here we go.
Stop it. I was sending. Oh, yep.
There he
He's
is.
in the white hat. There he is.
And yeah,
Oh my
you
goodness.
were much closer with Carlos. Look, there he is, right there.
Oh my gosh, I know, right? Me and
Yeah,
Bestie.
yeah, crazy.
So, yeah. So, anyways, we spent a lot of time at the Williams fan zone. They were very hospitable to us. I got to meet Leah Block while I was there, which was so cool. It was her last season. It was her last race in F1 Academy. That's the main big thing of like, it was the season finale for F1 Academy, which was
Yeah,
also such a really great reason to have gone to this race.
yeah,
Um, So it was very cool. We got to see a lot of racing too. Like that's one thing I'll say is like if you're gonna go, don't just go to the F1 stuff. Go to F2, go to F1 Academy. Like it's so worth it to see. And
yeah,
like, no, they're not going as blindingly fast. They are driving a lot more intensely though. I feel like sometimes F1 can get into the DRS trains, can get into the stuck behind other cars. These other drivers are battling it out
yeah.
pretty intensely. So that was media day. Carlos had this activation in the Aria, which was like a lounge, and I guess he showed up at it after, but I'm a grandma and I was like, I need to go to bed. So we didn't stay very long. Um, which was fine.
Mhm.
It was a really small area and it was like kind of floating in the middle. So it was like surrounded by curtains and like that's what was like the boundary of the space. It was odd. Um, but yeah, I got a Sprite while I was there. Not that I do drink, but I was just like, I don't want to feel bad.
Yeah, I understand.
So let's see.
You gotta pace
Then
yourself. Go
okay.
for a long time.
Oh my God, I know. Oh God, it was so it was so fun, don't get me wrong. But let's see. So Thursday I got to meet Leah. That was awesome. She had some really lovely answers about her experience in F1 Academy. I'm a huge Leah Block fan. I think she's great. She's going back to rally, which is very exciting for her, kind of following in her dad's footsteps, which is like, what are you gonna say to that? Like that's so sweet.
Yeah.
So I got a picture with Leah. That was very fun. Let's see what else. I like haven't taken many pictures since then. Me and Leah, that picture's actually good. That one's
Yeah.
actually visibly her. And then let's see. Then that was the first day that we went to the track. So we watched FP, some of FP1. We watched F1 Academy, some of their free practice and their quali as well. It was very, very cool. That was dry.
Mm-hmm.
And then we saw on Friday, American time, I should say, was quali and it was raining. And so luckily we had like managed to find ponchos.
Yeah, good.
And so yeah, so I have this picture of me within the poncho and so here's the thing. Here were the layers cuz it was cold. You'd think it's a desert and it's warm. Wrong. I had a tank top, a long sleeve, a short sleeve over that because of like whatever the look. I had a hoodie, this Williams hoodie. I had my rain jacket and my winter coat and my
Wow.
poncho. So I was like the kid in A Christmas Story, if you've ever seen that movie where his mom wraps him up so tight that he like can't put his arms down. I was that child. And inside my poncho, I like until I warmed up, I was like, don't talk to me. Don't
Yeah.
think about me. Don't breathe in my general direction. Don't be near me. Like
Yeah.
I was like in such, I was freezing.
Yeah.
One thing I will say about Vegas, getting to the track is like bananas. So you can either There were two ways that we could have gotten there. So we could either take a little bit of a longer route out of our hotel and go on like a street and then take like a long back like alley between hotels where it was like open and there was a lot of signage and lights and posted and stuff. The alternative, which was slightly closer, was go through the hotel back entrances maze of places where you think you will get stabbed. And then you like get spat out randomly onto like that same track that you would go the long way.
Right.
I posted a reel about this. I think it's hilarious. It didn't get very many views, but I think it's very funny. So that one's for me. But it was kind of crazy. And we'd be walking past. It was like all the dumpsters of the hotel. So it smelled bad. One had like a locker that just said hazardous waste. And I was like, I don't want to be back here. So we would
Oh.
always speed walk through there until it like opened up because there was like the entrance to the tram, which will take you like up and down the strip. And so like
Mhm.
that's a little bit more doable. But
Mhm.
getting to the track was kind of a long walk and kind of
Yeah.
tricky and just like sketchy to me.
Yeah.
But
And
I
it,
was never alone, which was nice. I would not have wanted to walk that alone. But I will say they managed the flow of people really well. Like this
that's
was my first F1 event. This was my first Vegas event. I
yeah.
feel like I always get kind of nervous at like concerts and especially like big arena concerts and big events like that of like, and then everyone's going to leave at the same time and I'm going to feel claustrophobic and I'm going to have a panic attack and then I'm going to die, right?
Yeah.
Naturally. So that I never once felt like that. Like everything was super clean, super organized. Everybody knew where they had to go. They had a bunch of people directing folks wherever they needed to go. Like props to the like operational capacity in
Yeah.
that regard. So that was really great.
Mhm.
Yeah, that was Friday. We had a really late dinner that day after being just so wet. And it was cool because at some points we would just like wander. And so there were a bunch of activations like Wella, who sponsors one of the F1 Academy cars, had a whole like pit stop crew and like you could
That's
wait in line and
cool.
they would do your hair.
That's cool.
Like it was so neat. And they had the one of the Wella cars or like a livery they had out. It was
Yeah.
so neat. Just like it was everywhere. It was like so hard to ignore. And then everyone was wearing their gear. So I'd be like clocking like other Williams fans. I'd be clocking other Ferrari fans. Um, and I wear this with pride. We were going to like take the elevator up to our room and some guys just gambling, kind of like waiting between like pulling the penny slot or whatever. And he goes, Logan Sargent. And I go, yes, sir. And that was it. One person recognized my Logan Sargent hoodie the entire time we were there. But honestly, it was the best. Because like you can wear anything Ferrari, you can wear anything, but
Yeah.
this is insider knowledge.
Yeah. Yeah.
You
You
have to
have to know.
know.
Yeah. Oh, I love
Yeah.
that you got recognized.
Yeah. As a Logan Sargent fan.
Well, Logan
If you know,
Sargent,
you know type.
say.
Yeah. Yeah. So, oh, the other cool thing about Quali was just watching the spray from the cars. Let me see if
Oh,
I can show this video really quick.
whoa.
I'll see if I can like splice it in or something during editing. But oh yeah, here's the Wella car, the F1 Academy Wella car. Just like
Cool.
out for people to
Yeah.
see. Very, very cool. And then yeah, and then it was race day, Saturday, very, very fun. Jensen Button was at the Williams meetup, but it conflicted with here we go. Fucking plugs the red flag spot all the freaking time. They were doing a meetup and I was like, cool, I would love to go to that. The nicest people ever.
Yeah.
Got to meet producer Jenny. Jenny's the kindest person I think I've ever met. Just absolute generosity from like point blank. They are really funny, very nice people. Please come and interview with us.
Please, want you on our pod.
Please respond to my DMs on Instagram, please. So yeah, so that was during the day. We kind of took it easy because it was just like so intense and it was actually kind of like just being outside like is kind of exhausting sometimes. And so it was
Yeah.
between all of the walking, between all of the coordination, like we were just tired. So
Yeah.
we end up getting to the track for the race. I think we watched F1 Academy race 1, but race 2, I think I was just like hitting a wall and just like starting to like lose grips with reality, perhaps, you know, just like getting to the end of a trip, you're just like tired. So
Yeah, yeah.
unfortunately, I didn't go out to watch that, but we did go watch the race, and it was amazing. It was so exciting. People were cheering. It was just like so cool to be in a space where like it's not just like me in my apartment or even me at the F1 bar in my city like cheering with these people. Like we were watching it happen live. And I
Yeah,
will say Nico Hulkenberg is the nicest driver to the
yeah,
fans because none of the other drivers were waving at our grandstand because our grandstand was like the last tiny little grandstand. It was pretty small comparatively to the others. Right before the pit entry. So like they were already going down the pit lane. All of the other drivers were done waving at the grandstands. Nico Hulkenberg was the only driver to wave to us.
oh,
So the
bless.
crowd was going absolutely wild
Yeah,
because we were like, oh my God, he
they wait.
noticed me. So it
Bless. He
was
seems
very
like
funny.
such a sweetie pie.
Oh my gosh, I know. I mean, there's no reason not to like Nico Hulkenberg. He's literally lovely.
Yeah,
So yeah, then we left super late the next day, which was honestly kind of an L. We left like the next evening. We didn't get home. I didn't get home until like after midnight. So
yeah.
that
That's
was tough. And then that was Sunday. So it's like go to work the next
yeah,
day. So yeah, being at the track was really lovely. It was really, really fun. The food was kind of overpriced. It was really cold, and so all the cold drinks were kind of like fine. To be completely honest, this might be kind of gross, but like the porta potties were super clean. And they had sections
that's
for men
good.
and women.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah. So like I was like going to the ladies' ones and I saw a man step out of one and I was like, you're only here because you know that we're cleaner than you.
Yeah, he's taking advantage of the cleanliness.
Go stand at the other porta potty because you have the luxury to do that. Like, this is not my
Yeah,
problem. Go pee somewhere
yeah.
else. But they
Go
had
to
like little hand wash stations with like soap and like running, not running water, but like potable water that you like have a
yeah.
little lever on your foot and it like pumps water
Okay.
out for you. Like it was I haven't used a porta potty in years. The last one I used was horrible. So coming to this, I was like, you know what?
Elevated.
Porta potties aren't that bad.
You're like, this is great.
No, it was like super bearable because I'm usually like when I go camping or stuff, I'm like, I would love to have anywhere with like running
Right.
water, like a flush toilet. That would be ideal.
Yeah.
But like, because well, I just don't like going to like state parks and it's just like a hole into the earth.
Yeah, that's a little bit much for
I'm gonna
me.
fall into the poop at the bottom. That's what's gonna happen. I
Yeah.
did not feel that way. So props again to like the operational setup that they had going on.
Yeah.
But no, it was lovely. The announcers, I that was probably the toughest thing to get over. I am so emotionally attached to Alex Jakes, David Coulthard, and whether it be oh gosh, Jolyon Palmer or Alex Brundle, whether it be any of them, I am so attached to listening to them. I'm so
Yeah.
attached to them being my broadcast team.
So did you
My
have
second,
Rocky and Brundle?
no, no.
Oh.
We had Connor Daly, who I did think I accidentally saw at my iPatreon. I was like the most regular diner at this one little breakfast place in Paris, Paris, because it was connected to our hotel.
Hmm.
And it was Dominique Ansel. I don't know. They had ham and cheese croissants and avocado toast. And so I was getting that for breakfast most days because it was easy. It was right by our room.
Yeah.
Um, whatever, one and done. And there was this guy, I was like, he looks like he'd be famous, but I can't place him. Turns out
Mm.
IndyCar driver, turns
What?
out on the broadcast.
Oh.
And so it was him and then some older American guy and some younger British guy that were doing the commentary. And I didn't get any of their names, but my goodness, the commentary, that was the one thing that was lacking for me of like during F1 Academy, Nicole Haverda, they kept pronouncing her name Havrada. And I was like, please read it. There is no extra A. Every single time. Like, at no point did they correct themselves. At no point did anybody correct them, which feels more egregious.
Yeah.
To just be, like, wrong. And I understand if they didn't know, but for, like, somebody in that room has to know.
Yeah. Yeah.
And
Yeah.
for them to not correct, like, it was just ticked me off a little bit. And that was tough. And just some of the commentary was, like, just didn't lean into the parts of the sport that I feel like I like to emphasize of, like,
Hmm.
oh, like what a competitive weekend. Like there was a big fight. It would be like, oh, like so and so was like not doing very well. Instead of framing
Yeah.
it as like this was a good battle,
Yeah.
it was framing it as somebody lost. It felt like. And
Yeah.
then the last piece was just like there were a lot of the mics. I love that they're good mics. I love that they pick up on everything. But when I'm getting,
Oh, don't.
oh my God, please hold the microphone further away from your face, please. It was, and we would just, and it was, it was the older guy, and you could tell because he would do it right before he would begin speaking because you could hear him breathe, smack his lips, and then start talking.
No, I cannot. You've made me angry. I cannot deal with mouth sounds. There is this
It
one
was a lot.
there is this one woman, I love her podcast. I cannot listen to it because all I hear is the mouth sounds. And I'm so mad because I love her content and I just can't listen to it.
Yeah.
That would actually send me into a fit.
Yeah, it was pretty bad. And then it was tough because like American Express, if you're an American Express card holder, you can get radios to listen to the broadcast. You can listen to either Sky Sports or you can listen to like the radio. I don't know, it's like a tiny little radio.
Yeah.
Or you can listen to Sky Sports or F1 TV. You can listen to either. But it's so overstimulating to have. First of all, love the sound of the cars, love the smell of the rubber. But it's loud. There's
Yeah.
one stimulus. Two, you've got the broadcaster speaking. Three, times 1,000, you have the other people around you talking.
Exactly.
And then you want me to lock in on Alex Jakes in my ear. That's simply not possible. I'm simply not capable of that. So that was like, it could have been easily fixed, but I just couldn't focus. There were so many other sounds going on. I couldn't
Yeah.
focus on what I wanted to listen to because I had brought my AirPods. I had my F1 TV app on my phone, which it seems like the way the Apple TV is going to absorb F1 TV is going to be very good and preserve a lot of the effects that we have of like you can ride on cam, you can track a bunch of things, love it. The F1 app is also very good for that. So I was using a lot of that to like get me the information that I wanted to know of like when did these people pit, how long have these tires been on, who are we talking about, who's battling, all of that.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was the one kind of drawback. And then like our screen, we had access to a screen to watch the broadcast, but it was like behind some of the like posts that they had set up to like set the like walls basically of the track.
Mm-hmm.
And so it was just like right in front of the screen. I was like, we can have like boosted it up 2
Yeah.
feet.
Oh, yeah, that's
Yeah.
hard. It's annoying.
What are you gonna do? It was still, I mean, I'm not gonna lie, it was still like the most fun I think I've ever had. It was such a
Yeah.
good time.
I'm so glad. I'm so glad that you went as well because I know that was like such a big, like,
I really wanted to go to one
goal.
this year.
Yeah. So I'm
Yeah.
glad you could go. Yeah.
Yeah,
But
it was a blast. I would
if
say
you,
Vegas is a good one. I'll have to go to others to compare it to. My next one I'd like to go to is Austin, so we'll see. But yeah, it was great.
Austin would be good. Austin would be good. The one on my list is Japan.
Oof, yeah.
Also because I want to go to Japan anyway, so I'm like, if
Well,
I
yeah,
can,
2 for 1.
right, I can
Exactly.
do
I'd
that.
never been to Vegas. It was perfect. You've never been
Yeah,
to Japan. You can go. And then, oh my gosh, I'm watching racing also. How lovely.
exactly.
Yeah.
So yeah. Um yeah, wow. What a great recap of Baby's first GP.
Baby's first GP. Baby's first, lovely. The Broncos are losing. No, wait, they're down by 2 touchdowns. Uh-oh. Uh-oh, Spaghetti-O.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
Anyways,
Yeah, well that brings us to the end
that's
of
that. Yeah.
our recap. So thank you so much, Soph, for debriefing your GP
Thank you.
experience.
I've been sitting on this one for a couple weeks for sure.
Yeah.
Thanks for letting me yap.
Yeah, I love to listen to people yap. So this was very enjoyable. And I hope that you all enjoyed it as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, we will see you in the next one. Thanks for tuning in. Happy holidays. And yeah.
Yeah.
Yay.
We'll catch you on the next one.
Bye.
Bye. Okay.